We have some serious things to discuss today in our new controversial Friday because I ask you actually, are content creators allowed to delete comments? Why did I ask you this time? Because I stumbled across a Reddit post on the sub, Beauty Guru chatter sub, and they were calling out the creator. I don't even know what her name was, who was deleting comments whenever people were disagreeing actually with her. And then in the comment section of that thread, people started to point out more and more and more and more and more and more creators who do this. And I was like, well, that is a very interesting topic to discuss because I think the question, is a content creator allowed to delete comments or not, is nothing you can answer with a clear yes or no, because there are certain sides and certain point of views of this environment and social or parasocial relationship to be viewed on. And I'm happy to discuss this with you today. And the topic for today's makeup is actually stuff that I haven't used in a while because I was constantly focusing on other shit. And yeah, one of those being the Viseart Petite Cool Mattes. I think in 2024, I haven't touched this once, although this is one of my favorite all matte eyeshadow palettes. And I will be combining this with a palette that I wanted to use for a long time now, but I can't on camera because I know that there are going to be weird comments. But today I just, you know what, fuck it, I will do it. And talking about deleting comments, could people please stop asking me if they can buy my Izamaya Industrial 2.0, because that is a tad bit uncomfortable. People were like, they offered me money. You guys, they're willing to spend like 500 or 600 euro just to get their hands on this discontinued palette. Is it pretty? Fuck yes. And I know it might be now a bit weird that I say like, yeah, but don't cry because I have it and you don't. But honestly, I get that you are a collector and that this is a beautiful palette, but calm your tits. No makeup is worth spending so much money on just because it's discontinued. Believe me, it is not. But I really want to use this today, so this will be the main focus for the eye look, and everything else is going to be probably a mix out of the focus box and just some random shit that I have here. I don't want to think about too much about the makeup I use today. I scooch to the side so you can see the comments, and we are going to start with Instagram today. If it's a criticism, they shouldn't delete it, but if it's someone being racist, etc., then it's okay. So basically you're saying if someone is maybe insulting or saying just mean things, then it's okay to delete. But if it's critique, it is not. Where do we draw the line between critique and being mean? I think that is also a very, very a personal point of view, because what I, for example, understand as critique, and I'm a very, very open-minded person, so I do define critique probably different to other people, which is completely fine, but um they maybe feel insulted by things that I would take as critique. That's a very interesting thing. But I can already, by the way, I have to shake up here my primer. Can already tell you that basically a lot of people comment something like this. So the overall opinion goes in that direction. They can. It's their page. People are too entitled to think their comments need to remain. And here is the other side of that story. I do agree on that. I'm very, very happy that someone actually said it before I have to say it in this video. Some people are really, really entitled when it comes to things like this. Some people think they can demand a certain space in other people's social. Some people think they have the right to be there, they have the right to be seen and to be heard. By the way, before I move on with the next, I just want to say that, maybe as a little spoiler, none of these comments, none of these opinions is either right or wrong. I do agree actually on all of them, and I think there is no real answer to this question. So, if I maybe have a point against your point of view, please don't take this as like, oh my god, he's voting against it. No, I'm not. I just try to look at this topic from every point of view, and that is quite hard actually. No, not allowed, only if the comments are rude or try to attack someone. The downside with these Instagram sticker questions is always that there is not enough space to write down why you see it like this. Because if I am now just talking about this point from this comment, let alone, I would assume you are one of those entitled people who think that they have the right to be in other people's comments and to just shit down their opinion, which is not the case. But on the other side, I'm pretty sure I know what you mean. You just answered that question. They are not allowed. Why I here have to disagree really hard. They are allowed. They are allowed to delete. They are allowed to highlight a comment. They are allowed to ignore a comment or not. But there is more to that. But we will come to that in later in later opinions. It's just very, very interesting how we draw the line, because in my opinion it is extremely hard to draw this line. What I myself, what I say, oh my god, I think this is an insulting comment, I think this is rude or like not nice to me, might be not the case for others. Maybe my bullshit tolerance is higher than the bullshit tolerance of others. And that is something that we are not really talking about here. We cannot, in my opinion, set standards that are the standards for everybody. If someone is being homophobic, sexist, racist, etc., delete. If it's just an opinion that differs to yours, don't. I 100% agree on this, and I always say, please write down your opinion. And I don't have to agree with your opinion, as well as you don't have to agree with mine. At the end, it is all about exchanging our opinions, learning from the others, seeing more point of views. You know, I always tell you this when we talk about stuff like this, that there is a concept in psychology and philosophy actually, that everybody's personal truth is true. There is always that one thing that from your perspective, from your point of view, is the only truth that matters. The question is, how much do I open my point of view? How much do I try to consider other people's point of views in my personal truth? And how do I change my truth to that? How do I not manipulate, but how do I just change that? And if you've never heard me talking about this, the thought behind that is that everybody can only see or rate and think about and discuss with themselves the things that they experience with their own eyes, with their own ears, that things that they talk about, things that they just feel by themselves. You cannot create a truth for yourself only relying on other people's opinions and on other people's experiences. So, what you as a person experience is your truth. What you think about that is your truth. And you can change that truth, and you can open up your world and add new point of views by discussing with people, by exchanging opinions, or what we do here by just talking about these topics and see and experience other people's point of view, so that you can merge it maybe all together, and then you will create your own new truth. That is why it is sad that basically every truth, every point of view is the only right one, but only in the environment of that subject, only in the environment of that single person. And that is again what I said. What my truth is, what my point of view of something is, what my tolerance is, differs to other people. I also think that this point with the opinion here is very, very interesting because it is, in my opinion, also a question of how is this opinion communicated. If I, for example, if I do a video with mud green looks, my personal opinion is I hate mud green looks. I hate the way they look. I hate the way they make me feel. There are some exceptions to this from certain brands, but in general, a muddy green, an olive green palette, a color story, whatever, will never catch me. I don't like that. That can change. Maybe in a year or two I see that differently, but in the comments, people are constantly disagreeing with me. They are constantly telling me, no, it looks good, it looks really nice on you. That is absolutely fucking fine. I love that, honestly, because sometimes I know there is this current trend like makeup blindness thing. I think this is pure bullshit, but that's just my opinion on this. But I just see how maybe my point of view on a certain color is different to the point of view of other people who are seeing me in this color. You know, it's the same with your voice. The way you hear yourself when you're talking is so much different to the way people hear you. It is very intimidating when you hear your voice for the very first time recorded somewhere. And that is the same thing with makeup. The way I view myself here in the mirror is completely different to the way people see me in real life, or people view me on the screen and just feel the makeup that I'm maybe not feeling. And if you then comment, hey, I think it looks really good on you, or you're saying, oh my God, no, you're wrong, you look good in this, that is completely fine. But there was also a time, what video was that? Or was it an Instagram? I'm not sure. I think it was an Instagram DM. Yes, because TikTok DMs are not a thing. It was on Instagram, and it must have been with the Yucca palette from Natasha Denona. Either when I got it or when I did the other post. I don't know. I really lost track about this, but there was someone sliding in my DMs being like, how can I criticize the Yucca so bad? Because I should be happy that these colors suit me. Sorry, this is not an opinion. This is just a bit dumb. And also, for me, as soon as it starts to change from sharing your opinion, opening your world to mine, letting me in your world while you invade my world, when that shifts to a you shove down your opinion my throat behavior, that is when I delete the comment too. If it's an actual hateful comment, absolutely. If it's just someone saying they don't like product X that the influencer used, it's a bit shady to delete that, to be honest, and seems very brands kissing ass in my opinion. Oh, I cannot agree more on that. Story time of this, I love that I have stories for this. The MAC 40 Shades of Pride palette. I think I haven't uploaded anything about this palette here on YouTube. I mainly focused my uploads for this palette on Instagram and TikTok. Honestly, if there is a reel with that MAC palette, I'm really, really sorry. Could be, but I'm not sure. Oh no, I did a Get Ready With Me with that. There was a longer Get Ready With Me with the 40 Shades of MAC palette. That one I use, or 40 Shades of Pride for MAC. But I got actually questions about this on Instagram. Yeah, someone was saying, because I did a post with that look, hey, I want to see more, can you do swatches or something like that? And so I did swatches. I filmed a swatch video with this and uploaded this on TikTok. Let me check the metrics of that post. As of today, and today is July 6th, this post has over 33,000 views, over 2,300 likes, 47 comments, We have 18 times it was shared on TikTok and 71 times it was saved. You guys, the comments, unhinged. First of all, it is just as bad as the Pride movement. That comment is just dumb. Looks like chalk, not gonna lie. Oh, they are bad. Best thing, these shades are homophobic. Like, what are these? How can it be this ugly, the palette? I don't understand if the distribution of circular pants is so bad. I don't know why, but it feels homophobic somehow. 40 shades of chalky. They're underwhelming. Is the pigmentation in the room with us? My €4 palette has more pigment. MAC has always been a big no for me, but seeing these swatched, I think my opinion still stands. These are just examples. I don't want to read all 47 comments to you, but that is what I mean. I could have deleted all of those because people are basically disagreeing with me using the palette. But why should I? First of all, I don't think that Mag ever saw my post. I don't think that Mag will ever see me as a creator. But do I care how people like these pigments? Actually not, because I made these swatch videos, again, for you. It's not for me, it's for people. It's for people so that they can look up certain swatches. On some of these comments, I actually replied with the regular, hey, swatches do not tell the whole story. And a lot of people then agreed with me, saying, like, yeah, you're right, blah, 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 blah. One, I think she's a MAC employee, even commented that MAC was never full on pigment, but you see where I'm going. I do not have to delete those comments just because they are disagreeing with me, just because they do not like a pigment that I swatched, just because I do not like the way, or they do not like the way something is applied. That is no reason to delete something. And whenever a content creator does this, I honestly also watch them with a bit like, let me take out the pack of salt to watch them, because that should not be viewed with a grain of salt. That should be, I don't know, like with a kilogram of salt, because I think that is truly wrong. That is not a right reason to delete something. Like, you can disagree, and honestly, I encourage people to disagree with me on certain things because I ask them for their opinions. It's their page and they're allowed to do what they want. But in turn, people are allowed to be upset about that. Yes and no. Yes, I do agree on this mainly. It is the creator's page. The creator can do whatever the fuck the creator wants, and a creator can even post on certain social media platforms and just say, I don't want to comments at all, and turn them off all the way down. Are people allowed to be upset? This is the point where I partly agree, partly not. And I just want to refer to other comments now again, because if it's a comment that got deleted just because it's a opinion, they say, hey, I tried this and that product too, and I personally do not like it, or I find that the product personally overpriced. If a comment like that is deleted, I think they are definitely allowed to be mad, because that is just so unreasonable. Like, why should you delete that? It's completely fine. That is how social interaction works. We are sharing opinions. Like, what do these people do in real life? That is a serious question here. Let's say you are in a group of 5 people and you're talking about makeup, and someone says like, oh my god, that is a My Industrial 2.0 palette. I think that is so overrated and overpriced. What am I supposed to do then? I can punch them in the face. Yes. I can tell them to shut the fuck up and smear the stuff in their face. Yes. I can say, oh, okay, cool, I disagree with you, but that's totally fine. That is personally what I would do. But I could also just then be like one of those comment deleting people and say like, you know what, shut the fuck up, talk to the hand, you're deleted now. And then they will poop disappear. That would be just so dumb. Like, just imagine this behavior in real life. You're a page, you can do whatever you want, just be ready for consequences. That sums up the Instagram comments quite well. Let's move on to YouTube now. I don't think constructively posted negative comments should be deleted. If comments are outside the scope of the channel or personal attacks, I think they should be deleted so they don't distract from the content. I think personally that is a beautiful point, and I couldn't agree more on that. That is very, very important, because we are always just talking about comments that are maybe against the video itself, but we haven't talked yet about comments that are fully out of context of the channel. And please do not misunderstand me. Comments out of context are of course allowed. Not every comment has to be about the video. For example, it was, where was it? Under some video. Was it a get ready with me? A you don't need that shit? It doesn't matter. But under some video, someone was actually asking, hey, can you please recommend me some European indie brands? And that video, it had a small part about this in it, but not too much. But that is a completely valid, out of video context question. And that is something that I'm happy to answer. And I want to take the point of constructive criticism, and how matching is this? Talking specifically about my very special case. I am not a native English speaker. I live in Germany. I was born and raised in Germany. I'm half Russian. I don't speak Russian, sadly. But I'm not native in English. And at this point, I make fun of myself a bit, just like this with the criticism. And still to this day, I struggle writing down the word critique, or no, criticizing, because I always mess up when it's a C, when it's a S in the middle. Is it a C or an S? Is it both? So I let autocorrect do the work. And sometimes I sit here filming a video, being unprepared as always, and I don't know how to pronounce a certain word. In the beginning of this channel, like a year ago, or in the first steps when I started to talk on camera, I then stopped the video, I googled the word, I practiced the pronunciation, and then I reshot that take. Now, I don't fucking care, and I integrate that in the video. I, a lot of the times now, just film myself while I Google that word, and then I let the Google or the DeepL translator just say it, and then I say it together. But I'm also then like, hey, if I said that word wrong, please write me down in the comments how to pronounce that correctly. Because sometimes, I admit that I'm a lazy fuck, and I don't want to Google the pronunciation for the 100th times. And there is a certain difference between people then who are, they're not criticizing me, they are helping me. They write down certain pronunciations of brands, of words. For example, a good one is Cleona. And I think now I said it right. They are spelled Clionadh. And I've seen it on their website already that the D in the end is not pronounced. You do not say Cleonot. But I always say Cleonot, although I know it is Cleona. And someone a while ago, I think it was under the swatching video where I swatched all my shades from them, they were commenting this, and they were also explaining and this and that. That was super constructive and super helpful. Thank you so much for this. That is helpful content. But in a TikTok video about the girl on Meteorite, they were commenting, oh my god girl, learn pronunciation. Not helpful. What did I say wrong? Tell me. If they would have just commented, hey, you pronounced this word wrong, it is this or that, fine to me, thank you. But that comment? Not helpful. Some people are rude online for no reason, but it's also true that some people don't accept criticism whatsoever. There is a very fine line, but if the comment is not offensive, it shouldn't be deleted. Most countries allow everyone freedom of speech, and it's very presumptuous of content creators to censor like they know better than the law. Ooh, that's a hot take. Oh, I love that. I haven't even thought about this more like law and political thing with right or with the freedom of speech. Oh my god, yes, yes, yes. But I think there is also this other side of this topic, you know, freedom of speech. Yes. But I myself as a person, I have also the freedom to decide what I want to see, what I want to read, what I want to consume or not. Deleting negative comments regarding actual hate towards the creator like "you suck at makeup" I view as a valid reason for being deleted. But with the whole idea of this being a community would mean everyone would have their own opinions and their opinions should be accepted as their opinions. A lot of creators say after reviewing something or giving their opinion on something, usually say near the end of the video, leave your thoughts on everything in the comments down below, which is inviting their audience to give their own opinions. Yes, I know it's also engagement for their channel, so they can't just expect either everyone who watches them to think that they are all knowing high and mighty and must have their arse kissed 24/7, or take it as other people's perspective on something and then either accept to agree to disagree or try to understanding the commenter's view and accept it as someone else's opinion and move on. Otherwise, hate speech and negative comments towards the actual creator is okay to delete because shit like that is just unnecessary and can really affect creators' mental health. Beautiful comment. I love that. Hi Ella, as a content creator you can of course delete whatever you want. It is your account and you can do whatever you want with it. Is it smart to delete comments that do not match your personal opinion? No. In fact, a variety of opinions contributes to self-reflection and a broader view of the topic of discussion. A discussion must of course be constructive. As far as I'm concerned, disrespectful, nasty, rude, or mean comments can be removed. I love that comment. That is beautiful because you are truly reflecting here my personal opinion on this whole topic. Polite disagreement should be welcomed. Comments should only be deleted if they're hateful, offensive, etc. 100% agree here. So the next two comments are from the same person. They wrote a bit of a longer one, so let's talk about this first part. Depends. I've seen a lot of creators starting videos with a lengthy explanation that they're allowed to have an opinion and others may have another one and that's fine. Why? Wannabe main character Karen berated these creators in the comments and how they are wrong and the WMCK is right. What is WMCK? I googled WMCK meaning and there is nothing. Can you please tell me what WMCK is? But yes, these should be deleted and those people put on hide comments forever manners matter. Oh, that is cool. I never thought about doing this. So they feel like they can comment, but the comments are hidden from people. But do I then see them? Not too sure. Or do other people see them and I just do not see them? I've never tried that. I've had different opinions about products too, but I always started with my XYZ skin to give further context. I understand that a product can work for my more dry skin, but not for more oily skin. Common sense, I thought. Let me have a little. I so agree on this. I feel like, especially with TikTok, this superior behavior came up. And when people are so behind their opinion that only their opinion is right, that they do not accept others, that is insane. And here's the one what I already told you, that one part of a comment that is insanely matching, and I think this is the best answer to summarize this question or to answer this question in general. A YouTube channel is like someone's front lawn. They sit here, and if you approach them, they chat with you. Don't be that person that runs over and berates someone for just doing their own thing without hurting, disturbing anyone else. Manners matters also online. I find that so beautiful, this picture. I invite you in my channel, in my personality, in my house. Let's say this is a house. I invite you to my garden. And you can be in that garden, whatever person you like. But if you start to destroy things in my garden, or to just, oh, there was just a big bird outside the window, or if you just start to rip out grass and to destroy the earth or something, I will kick you out of that garden. But if you tell me I do not like the color of your grass here, well, that's a bad example. Maybe then you should leave. If you tell me I do not like the way you put your, I don't know, like your garden stuff out there, the way your grill is standing, that is completely fine. That is an opinion. But if you then start to take my barbecue equipment and move it somewhere else, I get angry. I get fucking angry. Not about product opinions. Some let their elitism, racism, etc. slip into their content and cry out when people call them out in the comments. Don't put your hateful, harmful opinion out if you don't want others to comment back. Sometimes I think those people never got a slap from a former friend and realized that their words can hurt. Beautiful. Confrontation can be good for growth, and sheltering kids, telling them that they did nothing wrong, can lead to entitled adults. Oh, yes. This upcoming generation, I'm already afraid of them. Gado T, because I currently study different ways of raising kids in cultures of origins in DC and sadly see the white middle class in the USA messing up raising kids to be functioning adults in many aspects. I fully agree, and I don't even study this specifically, but I agree. By the way, I've got blocked by content creator once because I repeatedly asked if they could turn down the volume of the background music, and because I had troubles to hear them. Always in a nice way, complimenting first, then mentioning that, well, no loss. How dumb is this to then block somebody? And then there is this other creator who did mostly TikTok before, does more long form YouTube, but does more long form YouTube now. That one is happy for feedback that can help to make the content better. Absolute gem. Check her out. She is awesome. It's Anna Neganova. By the way, that comment in the brackets. That one bracket. I always love to embrace other content creators, and if this is a suggestion, let me speak now for everybody. Can we please, as a community, check out Anna Neganova? I haven't checked her out yet, but I will after filming, because that sounds great. If she's such an open-minded girl, I can already sympathize with her. Sympathize? I already like her. Then we have this one again that I think we can at this point all fully agree. As long as they're not hateful, racist, or anything, shouldn't be deleted. I'm fine with that, with that point of view. YouTube isn't just entertainment, it's social media, and YouTubers are allowed to create social media space that reflect their values. That being said, deleting comments isn't always the best course of action unless the comments are particularly abusive. One content creator I follow pins his negative comments to the top and lets his fans deal with them, and I've always kind of admired that approach. Oh, I love that take. Do you get notified when your comment is pinned by a creator? Who is that creator? Can you please tell me this? Because I want to thank them. Oh my god, I love this take. I think I will do that too. If it's abuse or genuinely hateful comments involving racism or queerphobic bullshit, for example, then I'm all for deleting and blogging. If it's just people disagreeing with them or having different opinion, I think deleting it and only allowing ass-kissing echo chamber agreement is weak. But people call constructive criticism bullying these days, so yes, you're so right. Don't invite public comment and discourse if you only want people telling you you're right. It's also really easy to just ignore comments you don't like. They get swallowed up and forgotten pretty quickly. If you engage, it turns the spotlight onto them, and then they get the extension they craved, and it escalates, and the comment section turns into tiresome drama. At the end of the day, content creator can run their space how they like, including heavily censoring their comment section, but it makes them look arrogant and super insecure and weak at the same time. Looking at you, Pat McGrath, social media team. Just saying. I think individual creators have every right to delete any comments they like. Getting and strolling through loads of comments may be extremely overwhelming even when they're not bad. People can experience comments in different ways, and good willing comment might cause discomfort. Some creator might get worried of losing sponsorship CDC if they get too much negative comments, so there might be financial concerns. Do you think that brands check out the comments under videos? If that video is not about the brand, I mean. Do you think that? That is a very, very interesting take that I haven't thought about yet. Wow. Personally, I am full of powder. Personally, I don't think that a brand is checking out a creator's comment section. Or do they have time to do that? What do you think? Oh my god, that is very exciting. Of course, it would be nicer for the audience if they can criticize products, but if deleting comments annoys, everybody can unfollow and look for content they like more. It is okay to say about this too to creators themselves, but they don't owe us anything. Everybody has their own way to handle this. Beautiful. Very, very good point of view. And I think that is something that some people tend to forget, actually. A creator doesn't owe you anything. A creator does not owe you explanations. They do not owe you a space where you can drop your bullshit. A creator owes you nothing. Okay, that is a hot take, but they don't even owe you integrity. If they are just doing content for the funsies, for the money, for whatever, there will always be an audience that will watch them. I mean, just look at Michaela. How can this lying piece of shit still be so successful? Although she has been caught lying publicly, very open, with proofs, and people are still following her. While I am sitting here being the most integral human being I ever can be and never ever sugarcoat shit. Maybe I should start, no, just kidding. I will not start lying because I don't like that. I think this is just so dumb. I much rather myself stay small, but be a person who this community that is subscribing to me, that is investing their valuable time to watch my shit. Well, I forgot where the sentence was going, but I want to say is I much rather be small, and then I have a community that trusts me and that comes back to me and that feedbacks me, and with whose I can even exchange certain things. For example, RMS Beach Walk Betty, I was influenced by you. Delessa Myricks, Duet Bomb in Holy Water, I was influenced by some girl that I follow on Instagram. I much rather have a small community that I can interact with, where I feel seen and safe and loved, and where you feel seen and safe and loved, than having 15 million followers and being a lying piece of shit. And that is how I got these followers, by constantly lying to people. I know for 2024 this might be already too late, but can 2025 be the year of honest content creators? I'm pretty sure that there are a lot of smaller creators who deliver beautiful content, but will never be as successful, will never be as big because they are too honest. Can 2025 please be the anti-sugarcoating year? Thank you. I also love the way that you point out how everybody has their own way of handling things. For example, my bullshit tolerance is very, very high. It takes a lot for me to feel offended, to feel attacked, to feel insulted or whatsoever. Usually I can laugh about comments like this. I can pretty much annoy them back with comments. I don't fucking care. But not everybody is like this. Not everybody can handle this. And I'm not saying that we should be overly sensitive. I'm just saying that maybe sometimes when you comment something, think twice about that. Could help. And the last YouTube comment, no, they can disagree as long as it's done respectfully, no swearing or going off topic or abusing anyone. But if the content creator is any good, they either stand by what they've said or reply to the person and say they can see what they mean, but that either one, agree with them, or two, no, that's not what they mean, you misunderstood, or three, nope, I mean what I said and you're wrong and all the other comments on here agree with me. But just deleted comments unless I said abuse it is cowardly. We love a good strong opinion here. Let me say that. I understand what you mean with that, yes. Personally, and here we have the thing, my opinion, calling someone cowardly for deleting comments, maybe this is also taken a bit out of context, maybe more info would have been helpful here, I think is a bit harsh. Because as we just discussed, this topic of how high is your tolerance, how high is your bullshit tolerance. I think that we can all agree that there are so many aspects to discuss that we cannot say yes or no, they're not allowed. I want to throw in another aspect here in the mix of this topic, the age of the content creator. I truly believe it does matter how old the creator is and how that creator grew up. But I also want to say that age and social environment where they come from is not an excuse. Overall, my personal standard in a human being is just be fucking open-minded. I do not care, mainly, if your opinion is different to mine, and it does not matter if we're talking about makeup, clothing, music, food, I don't care. As long as you're an open-minded person. If you disagree with me, but we can still have a good discussion about a different topic, and we can then just learn maybe from each other, open ourselves to new experiences, and then say, oh no, that's still not for me. Or we can say, hey, I don't want to try this, but it's interesting what you say, so you can tell me that, but I will not try that out. I think that is completely fine. So let's end this video with a opinion of mine. Izamaya, please bring back Industria 2. We want that back. So thank you as always so much for participating in that video. And if you want to be part of the next Controversy Friday, make sure you are either subscribed here to the YouTube channel, because I do post the question down in the community tab, or plus make sure you are following me on Instagram, because I also do pull up these in the question stickers in the Instagram stories, and then you can answer there too. I'm now curious, for those who already commented, how do you feel about the other comments of other people? Did your opinion change? Do you still stand by that? Or the people who didn't participate here in the comments before the video, what do you think about that topic? Let us know. Please, please remember, we're not insulting. We can discuss things in a very healthy way, in a polite way. We can disagree in a polite way. We can also sometimes disagree and have like a very strong opinion, but a strong opinion does not mean that you have to be insulting or abusive or ex-phobic, whatever. Doesn't matter. Thank you as always for watching. I had so much fun going through these comments. It's so incredibly good, beautiful, and just I just love it to interact with you that way. Thank you so much. And did I say make sure to subscribe? Oh, if you don't want to comment your opinion, comment hashtag #IsAmaya bring back industrial 2. So thank you as always, and I'll see you in the next one.